Hey everybody, Don't Distraction here, coming to you live from Bat Atlantic Studios. Go to batatlanticbooks.com right now if you want to help us hit goal. We are almost 50% funded in the first week. Thank you so much to everyone that's gone to batatlanticbooks.com. All 26 backers. Super thrilled to have 26 people who want to support my work. But if you haven't yet, go to batatlanticbooks.com and grab a reward, grab a commission, grab some comic books, whatever. Grab anything you want at batatlanticbooks.com. And yeah, I'm super thrilled to have 26 backers, but I'd love to have more. So if you haven't yet, you should go to batatlanticbooks.com and jump in. It's so much fun. It's super fun to back and support a Kickstarter by an independent comic book creator. You're helping me and helping yourself by getting an awesome thing from me and helping us hit goals. So batatlanticbooks.com right now, jump in and let me know if you have any questions. I'd love to talk about my Kickstarter campaign and tell you what the books are about. And anything you want to know, ask away. Happy to talk about it. So I'm going to do a little live draw right here. And I don't have any idea what I'm going to draw. I'll draw my character engraved. So let's draw a little bit of this, some of this. So yeah, I'm just kind of winding down, drawing pages all day for my The Oppressors, which is my creator-owned series. Definitely like an anti-hero team book, like Brigade or Bloodstrike or Thunderbolts or Suicide Squad or even X-Men, right? That sort of misfit characters thrown together kind of story. That's what The Oppressors is about. So definitely check out The Oppressors. Also, obviously very influenced by like Red Hood and the Outlaws and Deathstroke and Daredevil. Surprisingly enough, there's some Daredevil stuff in there. Showing some of my Frank Miller Daredevil influence. So if you like comic books, definitely check out The Oppressors. Go to batatlanticbooks.com and enjoy. Enjoy. And if you're reading anything cool, let me know what you're reading. I'm always interested to hear what people are reading. This is definitely a good time of year to be reading books and reading comics and enjoying work. So it's dark and cold here in sunny southern Maine. Definitely a quiet time of year around where I live. So hopefully wherever you live, you're also enjoying some quiet time. I was just looking at J. Scott Campbell's process for his Black Cat covers. Man, that guy's crazy good. J. Scott Campbell. Everybody knows Mr. J. Scott Campbell. I've seen him at San Diego. He's got this great thing where he'll have like his convention table set up, but sometimes he's not at the convention. It's kind of genius where he's like, oh yeah, some shows just don't show up at. You still buy my stuff though. I'm like, oh, it's just kind of like has his people run his booth. Pretty smart. I think Jeff Scott Campbell's pretty smart. And an incredible artist. If you look at his work, just the way he's able to just kind of effortlessly create these iconic covers, just phenomenal draftsman, just so good. Envious of his ability to just throw down these ink lines. Like his inking is just like, that stuff you're inking is like super hard, right? Like these little tiny detailed eyes and expressions, like really subtle stuff. Just really, really incredible set of. Really, what it is it's like draftsmanship, right? And this ability to have such precision over your hand, right? It's like you think about like, well, what separates a phenomenal artist from a mediocre artist, and it's really just their dexterity, right? Their ability to kind of throw lines, and the way you get good at that is just repetition, right? It's like throwing these lines and pulling these lines and being able to just sort of perfectly throw those lines in a pleasing manner consistently. Like right there, Not a good line. I threw a bad line. Let's erase that line. That line's terrible. Gross. Gross. But sort of ability to be able to just kind of effortlessly and perfectly toss these beautiful lines. And then it gets into the rendering and the shading and building forms and stuff. But especially early on in this sort of rough phase, and you're just kind of searching for that line, right? Like searching for that line. So yeah, let me know where everybody's watching from. I'm always interested to hear where people are seeing this from. Usually there's a couple people from Brazil. I'm big in Brazil. And I had people from Europe watching. That's always kind of weird. Like, what day is it there? Is it tomorrow already? What day is it in Europe? How many liters is this? How many liters? So yeah, I'm thrilled to have 26 backers on my campaign at BatAtlanticBooks.com. If you haven't yet, go to BatAtlanticBooks.com. Grab a reward. Tell your friends. Tell your enemies. Tell anybody that you think might want to support my work. Grab some awesome comics. Get a commission. Why not? Maybe this commission. Maybe you want this drawing I'm doing of my character engraved. You can have it. Just grab the commission level and be like, I really want that character engraved. Be like, all right, sweet. We send it to you. It's as simple as that. Yeah, I just love drawing. I was saying I posted on Facebook. I'm like, I just want to draw comics every day. So that's what I do. Brazil. Hey, 13 Nadsha. Brazil. Again, there's always somebody watching from Brazil. How's the weather in Brazil these days? Why? Well, is Brazil just like, you know what? Something about Dylan, just artwork. It's just like people just from Brazil just can't get enough of my stuff, which is great. Are comic books must just be really big in Brazil, or Instagram must be really big in Brazil. Why Brazil? I gotta know. Everybody here that's watching from Brazil, how did you find my work? Why do you love watching me draw? Obviously, it's because I'm so great. Because I'm so gosh darn wonderful. But what is it about Brazil? I always have someone on from Brazil, which is great. I mean, I'd love to go to Brazil. If there's any comic book conventions in Brazil that would like to have me as a guest, hook it up. I will come to Brazil for sure. Brazil, are your digital brushes available for purchase? What I have available is Estro Graphics. You can go to makecomicscool.com. And people have asked me, geez, do you sell digital bundles of your brushes? And it'd be cool to have your brushes. And I always think that, yeah, but wouldn't it be better if you learn how to use them, right? Or how to make your own. So what I offer at makecomicscool.com is the opportunity for me to teach you. And I think that that's really a great way for me to go, hey, let me show you how I make brushes, why I make brushes, and then how to use these brushes. And then you can make your own brushes, right? I always think it's like that teach a man to fish, right? If I've bought brushes before, and I'm always like, I can't, why don't they look like the guy who I bought them from? Like, why don't they look like the thing that this guy's drawing? And really what it comes down to is it's like, oh, I didn't need the brushes. I needed to learn how to fish. Like, just selling me a fish, it's not. So primates, right? So I talked about this thing about chimpanzees. So chimpanzees have evolved along with us, and they've maxed out. They have evolved as far as they're going to go for millions of years. Chimpanzees are relatively unchanged, and yet humans have continued to evolve and change and grow and learn. And you're like, well, what's the difference? And initially they thought it was because of the use of tools. They thought that chimpanzees didn't have the ability to use tools, but that humans did, right? And then they realized, oh no, wait, chimpanzees do use tools. They use they'll take a reed, they'll dip it in a termite mound, and then they'll eat it eat their termites off the reed. So they're like, okay, so it's not tools that differentiate us from the chimps. What is it? And what they came to realize was that chimpanzees only learn through observation. Chimpanzees will see what another chimpanzee is doing, and then they'll mimic that over a long period of time. So how do you eat a banana? Watch the other chimpanzee eat the banana. Eventually you learn how to eat a banana. The generation after you watches you eat that banana, and then they eventually learn how to eat a banana by observing. Limited, obviously limited vocabulary, but only learning through observation. So they can't ever learn more. Every generation has to relearn everything through observation. But what humans have been able to do is teach, right? So that is really what differentiates us from less evolved primates, is the ability to teach, right? So I really love teaching. I have been teaching now for a while, and I really enjoy it. I love talking about art. I love talking about my process. I love showing people demos and examples of how I do things, and questioning and helping people kind of learn and grow and evolve as creators. So it kind of gets back to that whole like, well, if I just sold brushes, then there'd be a bunch of people out there just kind of aggravated that the brushes weren't doing what I do with them. And it's like, well, because really it gets down to rendering or how to throw a line or primitive shapes or composition or the rule of thirds or any of these sort of art techniques that brushes aren't going to give you. So go to Make Comic School. It's a long way to tell you. Go makecomicschool.com, which is my Patreon, and there you can sign up for instruction. You can sign up for lessons. And I'll set aside a time. I'll sit down with you or anyone that wants to sign up, and I'll be like, what do you want to learn? Like, what about this work do you connect with? What about it is something you want to strive to do better? Let's try to find some answers and help you grow as a creator in a very positive and reinforcing sort of way. Because I've been and done instruction and lessons before. It was very negative and wasn't supportive, and I don't think I don't learn that way very well, with this idea like, we'll rip your work apart and critique it and criticize it, and that'll make you a better artist. Like, well, no, that makes people quit. So I find often it's best to frame the education in a positive manner. Right? More people want to learn. It's just an enjoyable experience. So I try to, with my students, try to have it be really fun and educational and informative and positive. So go to makecomicschool.com if you'd like to take lessons from me, but really go to batlanticbooks.com, because there you can buy my already made comic books and help us hit goal, and then I'll mail you my comic book. So go to batlanticbooks.com right now and enjoy. I have digital versions if you are unable to purchase physical copies. There's digital bundle available, and I'd be super appreciative to everyone that would, if you would go to that, check it out and grab a reward and help us hit goal, because we have a ways to go. We're at 50% funded, and I would like to be at 100% funded. So whatever we got to do, let's hit goal. And here's a little doodling, just doodling away right here. Might have this guy like fade to black or something. Maybe like this whole side is in shadow. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe like that's all like a really dark shadow. So like this side's like, this is the light source, dark shadow. Might look kind of neato. This is how I draw. I'm like, maybe this. And I just kind of mess with it until it's right. So yeah, wherever you're watching, if you're watching in Brazil, tell me how the weather is in Brazil. Brazil. Is it as awesome in Brazil as I think it is? It just seems like a beautiful utopia where nothing bad happens. Am I way off? My perception of Brazil way off? It's just beaches, right? You just live on a beach and eat, I don't know, whatever Brazilian food there is. Coconuts? I don't know. Cocoa nuts? It makes me go, cocoa nuts. because in sunny southern Maine, it's brutally cold and depressing. So if you're like, you know what I love is ice, mud, and depression, then you're going to want to come to Maine in January. That's going to be right up your alley. You're just like, oh boy, I can't get enough of that dark, depressing, sad weather. Well, come on up to Maine, like Canada South. It's like, do you think Canada is too sunny and positive? Come to Maine. We got lobster rolls and sadness. That's not true. I love it here. I think it's great. And really, if you don't like where you are, just go somewhere else. Nobody's stopping you. Not many people are stopping you. Actually, yeah, probably people right now are stopping you. So yeah, this is my character engraved from my book Engraved, available right now at batatlanticbooks.com. I'm gonna pencil him more tightly before I ink it. Probably, I don't know. Maybe I'll just go right to inks. Sometimes I'll do these things where I have just a drawing sitting on my drawing table, and I'll just noodle away at it. You've seen me in some of these live videos. It's like not a lot of thought put into the construction of it, and just kind of enjoying the process of drawing. Right? I think that there's some beauty in that. Just this idea of creating kind of without parameters, without. Have you even been to Canada? Sadness, huh? No, it's sadness, eh? Canada's probably sadder than Maine. No, Canada's happier than Maine because they're in Canada. They're like universal healthcare, eh? What's all that about? That's my impression of Canada. Never been to Canada. I lived close to it, but just never had a need or a desire. Sure, it's great. I once went to a convention once in Canada. I was like, oh, maybe I'll go to Canada. And then pandemic. So I was like, yeah, that's what happened. I'd love to go to Canada. If anyone's watching from Canada, I'd love to do a convention in Canada. Invite me to Canada. Come up as a guest. I'll convert my money to loonies or whatever you guys use. I don't really know. They're called loonies, right? They got like a bird on them. Canadian dollars. Canada cash. I think it's called Canada cash. Yeah, I'll go to Canada for sure. I'll go to Quebec. I'd love to. If there's any conventions, I don't know if any conventions are happening. To be honest with you, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing. It's been a couple of years now. I did Rhode Island, which is really fun. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what it's going to look like this year. Hopeful. I'm hoping it works out, but we'll see. Out of my control. So go to batatlanticbooks.com right now. Grab a commission. Grab this drawing. If you want this drawing, you say, hey, I want that drawing you did in your live video. I'll be like, all right, sweet. batatlanticbooks.com. Go there and grab anything. batatlanticbooks.com. Grab any of the reward levels. Help us hit goal. Currently at 26 backers, but I'd love to be at 126 backers. My goal is to crush all goals. It's success or failure. Those are my only options. That's everyone's options. Succeeding or failing. The only failure is not trying. So yeah, hope everyone's doing well. It's Friday night. I'm gonna go watch TV and do nothing. Drawing pages all day. Nice hit comic book series, The Oppressors, on Kickstarter right now. batatlanticbooks.com. Listening to music. Bunch of good music playing in my headset, in my headphones right now. Sometimes I get to this point in the drawing where I just want to skip right to the inks. where I'm like, I could noodle away at this for another hour and not have it where I want it. But if you do the inking, you're just like, well, that's what it is. You know, it requires you to just kind of be like, yep, that's done. I think there's some really wonderful decisiveness that's required for inking. You know, I don't know why, but it's just like, yep, that's the drawing, right? Like I could go over this 100 times. Can you keep erasing, keep going over, keep erasing, keep going over, making it better? I don't know, making it different. But if I just inked it, I'd be like, oh, well, that's what it is. That's probably a terrible way to review. I don't know if there is a terrible way to think of it. Like, I want that to be a big dark area, that to be light, that to be dark. Maybe this gear be light. It definitely feels very Sylvestre to me. I'm definitely going for a Sylvestre thing. Sylvestre will do that. Mark Sylvestre, I'm a huge fan of Mark Sylvestre. And he'll like, you see him penciling, and it's just like so many lines. And then when he goes back through and inks it, he's just like still a lot of lines. He doesn't ever get like really defined with the shapes of the forms. It always feels like he's searching it out, which I really, really love. So engraved, available right now, batlanticbooks.com. All right, this has been a fun live video. Thanks everybody for watching. Hey Brazil. What's up, everybody from Brazil? Give me a shout out in the comments. I'm huge in Brazil. My Brazilian bros. Brazilians. Hey, my Brazilians. Again, if you'd like to get a commission from me or you want artwork from me, go to batlanticbooks.com. Jump into Kickstarter, grab some awesome rewards, grab some books, grab a digital, chip in for $1, chip in for $100, chip in for $1,000,000, whatever you want to do. And thank you everyone that has checked out the campaign and backed it. And hey, Canada, our friendly neighbors to the north. I don't know what I'm going to do with this leg. Maybe this will be black. That would be kind of cool. And then so then where's the this pencil is so dull. I can ink from that. So yeah, I think this'll. Where's it? Maybe this will all be black. It's like he's standing in. I've seen like Eric Cagnetti does like this standing in the milk thing, where every character kind of looks like they're standing in milk. Kind of a cool technique. So maybe then this will go this way. Yeah, it's kind of cool. We'll do something like that. That'll be fun. I'll have fun around with it. So go to batlanticbooks.com, grab a Kickstarter award, help us hit goal. We are currently holding strong at 26 backers. Let's do a Kickstarter update. Currently holding strong at 26 backers, almost 50% funded, really close. So definitely go to batlanticbooks.com. If you want this drawing, let me know. Grab a commission level. I'll send you this drawing of my character engraved. All right. Have a great rest of your night. See ya.